Also, Steve Nash is just one of many players that have defined the NBA, a two-time MVP in 2005 and 2006. Nash made the assist and passing cool once again. Steve has been injured in recent years, and Father Time has caught up with him, Sean, hasn't he?
Yeah, Steve Nash has announced his retirement. It's very sad to see him out of the league. He's been one of my favorite players to watch, whether it's behind the back or between the legs passes. He's always been a thrill. Now, this weekend, the basketball world said goodbye to future Hall of Fame point guard Steve Nash. Nash retired after an illustrious 19-year career where he achieved 2 MVP awards, was an 8-time All-Star, and ranks 3rd all-time in assists. Nash was drafted in 1996 by the Phoenix Suns and played for them as well as the Mavericks and the Lakers. Nash has been battling injuries while on the Lakers and has missed this entire NBA season. Someone who hasn't missed this NBA season, though, is Russell Westbrook. Westbrook thought that he recorded his 10th triple-double of the season on Sunday, racking up 12 points, 17 assists, and 10 rebounds in a win against the Heat. That was until the NBA came out last night and announced that he actually only had 9 rebounds. Westbrook would have been the 6th player in the last 30 years to reach over 10 triple-doubles in a season, placing him in a category with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. The Thunder's next game is tonight against the Lakers, and there's a pretty good chance that he'll get that 10th triple-double tonight. The NFL held their first ever veteran combine this Sunday, where 107 former players came out to try and give their career another shot. Some of the big names we saw competing were Brady Quinn, Felix Jones, and Michael Sam. The main difference between this combine and the regular combine, however, is that the veterans don't have to wait for the draft. They can sign with any team at any time. The lone signing we've seen thus far came when the former Jaguars wide receiver Nathan Slaughter signed with the Cardinals. And in Fontana this weekend, number 2 Brad Keselowski captured the checkered flag for his first win of the season. Keselowski was in 17th place late into the race until multiple cautions and a smart change of 4 tires allowed him to surge into first place. Keselowski barely beat out Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch, who led for the majority of the race. More impressive than Keselowski's finish, though, is that Kevin Harvick has now finished in the top 2 of every race this season. Harvick is first in the Sprint Cup standings and leads Joey Logano by 28 points. And now let's get you caught up to speed on everything you need to know about March Madness. If your bracket is in shambles after the first week of the tournament, don't fret. Everyone's is. Not a single person picked all Sweet 16 teams correct. We saw 10 lower seeds beat a higher seed, and 12 games were decided between 3 or fewer points. Some of the crazy storylines we saw in the round of 64 were Georgia State defeating Baylor, UAB over Iowa State, and Dayton beating Providence. The thrills didn't stop there, though. In the second round, we saw NC State knocking off number 1 Villanova, Michigan State over Virginia, and Wichita State over Kansas. So now the question arises, Sean, how's your bracket doing? Well, unfortunately, the bracket I shared with you last week isn't doing so hot. I only predicted half of the Sweet 16 teams right. However, like most college basketball fans, I made several brackets. And in my best bracket, I predicted 13 of the final 16 teams correct, and I'm ranked 35,000th out of 11 million. That's not too shabby. That's it for sports. Back to Logan and Maggie.